quiet cradle, where the sea kisses the land, where the morns descend with regal grace to greet the gentle waters of Carlingford Lough, there lies a place of singular enchantment. Warrenpoint they call it, a name whispered by the tides, remembered by the winds, and written in the script of history with a poet's quill. It is here that our tale begins, not in the clangour of conquest nor the thunder of battle, but in the hush of nature's design and in the patient weaving of time's golden thread. Once this tranquil point was naught but a marshy fringe, a place where reeds swayed and the otter played untouched, unseen and unnamed. The loch, deep and ancient, was a waterway of mystery and trade, plied by the Celts, the Vikings, the Normans, the English and the Scots. The first whispers of Warrenpoint in the annals of men emerged in the 18th century, as the green hush was stirred by the breath of commerce. This land, long silent, began to stir with a different music, the crack of hammer upon hull, the cry of gull and sailor. And so was born a modest hamlet, rising like a song from the soil. At first it bore the character of a fishing village, unassuming yet poised, for fate, ever the weaver of wonders, had granted it a harbour, deep, sheltered, and kissed by fortune. By the dawning of the 19th century, Warrenpoint had become a favoured retreat. The gentry of Newry and beyond, weary of the smoke and clatter of town, sought the salt-kissed air and the solace of the sea. Hotels of such elegance and inns of cheer sprang up like wildflowers in the spring. Carriages rolled upon the new roads, and the town, nay the village no longer, was adorned with promenades and pleasure gardens. Oh, what splendour of days! The Point, as it was fondly called, had blossomed into a fashionable seaside resort. The railway arrived in 1849, like a silver thread stitched to the heart of Newry, and with it came the crowds. Not the crowds of turmoil and toil, but of leisure, of poetry, of romance. Warrenpoint sang with laughter, with music, and with the sighs of young love, kindled beneath the glow of gaslights. Today Warrenpoint stands as both relic and renaissance. Its soul is stitched with the tales of salt and stone, of war and welcome. Its port, once the quiet servant of trade, now holds ambitions anew, linking it still to Newry and beyond. The economy flows through maritime channels, through industry and tourism alike. Festivals such as the Maid of the Mournes bring life to its streets, echoing the gaiety of those Victorian days. In the site of the present town was originally a rabbit warren, whence it has received its name. In 1780 it consisted only of 2 houses, with a few huts for the occasional residence of fishermen during the oyster season. It now contains several respectable streets, diverging from a square on the seaside and containing 462 houses, many of them large and well built. This rapid increase has been principally owing to the extraordinary beauty of its situation, commanding very fine views of the Bay of Carlingford, and to its convenience as a bathing town, for which purpose it has been for several years a fashionable place of resort for visitors from all parts. Warrenpoint maritime situation has also rendered it a place of considerable commercial activity. Large vessels trading to Newry are obliged to lie here, where there is deep water, good anchorage, and perfect shelter, as the further passage up the channel is intricate and dangerous from the obstruction of rocks, one of which, called Granaway Rock, is particularly marked out by a perch erected on it.
Hello. So the only reason that this surprise is not very
A castle was built near this place in 1212 by Hugh de Lacy to protect the ferry across the channel where it narrows, and thence called Narrow Water Castle. It was destroyed in the wars of 1641, but was rebuilt again by the Duke of Ormond in 1663. Narrow Water Castle, the residence of Roger Hall Esquire, a very fine edifice in the Elizabethan style, built of hewn granite raised from a quarry on the estate. Near the town also is Drumahall Lodge, the residence of James Robinson Esquire, and the neighbouring shores are studded with seats, villas and cottages, chiefly erected by the gentry of the surrounding counties as bathing lodges during the summer. So ends our tale for now. Warrenpoint, the jewel of the Mournes, remains a place where history walks hand in hand with the present, where each tide brings a new story to the shore. Let us not merely look upon it, but feel it, breathe its salt air, hear its whispers in the waves, and know that beauty, once born, is never truly lost. Well, the sun sinks low on the golden sky. Shadows lengthen as the day whispers goodbye. I've been traveling this road so long, chasing down my dreams to the place where I belong. I hear it call out to me, forever closer, drag